Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I Am playing Final Fantasy XIV. I've not played this, I'm sorry, I've played this a lot. I just haven't recorded playing this game in a couple, was it a couple of weeks? It might have been a couple of weeks. Well, it's kind of what happens. So, the reason why, I have no reason why, really. Well, actually, the reason why was because I didn't feel like it still felt kind of bad to play on my desktop. So I changed a couple of things. I even got myself an SSD right now. So loading times are gonna be a lot better in general. So yeah, it's just in general a lot easier for me to use my desktop now that there's a freaking SSD in it. Let's go and begin. Since I haven't recorded in a bit, I have no idea how fluently this entire thing is gonna go. Hello, Gunderbolt. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilfred told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young'uns who died by his poisoned words. Oh, just report to Minfilia. Minfilia. Another thing that you might have noticed is that I have changed my layout a little bit. This is actually the layout that I use on my personal thing. I changed it at some point because I felt like I was... I think I changed it because I was playing Black Mage at some point and I needed to see my MP bar. That's the only reason why. Nothing more and nothing less. I also need to go and open up something else for a second before we continue, just so I have a general idea. Oh wow. I totally forgot about that, but apparently the Sunken Temple of Corn is like a... Apparently that is a pretty late game thing. Dishonor before death. Where is this quest? Because I can technically do another dungeon if I want to. That's an old DAW, okay. Alright. Let us continue. I think I'm gonna continue with the story before I deal with another one of these optional dungeons. Because the Sunken Temple of Corn kind of kicked my ass. I don't remember how it went though, it's been a while. I've also like totally lost the touch of the freaking story. I think I just remembered something. Yeah. Oh, BRB. Alright, I've returned. And I've literally returned, like in the game and in real life. Whatever. Welcome back, Lynn. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Corymil and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea? Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say. Precisely the kind of deception that the Ascians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Maybe we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Rest a while. I've rested enough, my lady. My god. I still need to adjust my audio. I just got freaking blasted with quest sounds. Terror at Falcourt. Or Gord. I don't know. While you were tending to business in Thanalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Naraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her, and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Lynn. Another thing that happened is that the entire game changed. Kind of. Like the new patch launched, which has changed overpowered to be an AoE around me instead of a cone. As somebody who has played Warrior for a long time, this is confusing, but it is a pretty good change. Also, tank stance, you can now have, like, you have a recast time of 3 seconds as opposed to 10, which is also really handy when you're tank swapping. Another thing that changed, that a couple of dungeons have changed, and also the endgame dungeons, which are known for being really bad, or were known for being really bad, they are now actually really good, in my opinion. But we'll get to that when we get to it, because we are not there yet. I don't think we're, like, we might be halfway through IRR, but I don't think so. I don't remember the entire thing, like the entire, don't even know the word. The entire turn of events through ARR. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One, then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with the Walking One in the Ashcrown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Murdereth had an encounter with a scary Masked One. This Masked One is most certainly Sinister One. I forgot these. I forgot the way that the sylphs talked. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One, Mudred. Digging One is to be found at Fall Gord, float in the North Shroud. Do I have the thing in the North Shroud? No. I guess I'll go to Bent Branch Meadows. I still am so perplexed about how vibrant every piece of color is on this freaking screen. This game feels so much more alive on this screen than it does on my laptop. It's crazy. And I love it. I just really like the way that everything is going right now. Let me go and actually take a look at something, because I'm curious. System configuration. Okay. So my monitor is technically on like 144 Hz or something, but the game still plays at like only a little bit over 60 FPS because my capture card, my graphics card cannot handle, or like I think just my PC in general cannot handle more than that. The biggest difference is my mouse, to be honest. Like by switching over to a higher, if I can think of the word, a higher hertz. It made it so that the game didn't feel as sloppy because my mouse is moving faster. There you go. Words, people. They are difficult. Also, hunting log is a thing that I should probably spend some more time on at some point. Although aside from XP, it doesn't really do that much. I also need to kill one more of these. It will at some point give you an accessory, I seem to remember. If you get all of the... you get the entire hunting log done. Like the entire hunting log of a certain job. Because basically all the jobs have their own hunting log, so... Joy. Well, it's fine though. Once I get flying unlocked, I said it earlier, once I get flying unlocked, that is when I'm actually gonna be going to do a lot of things, which is basically at the when ARR is done. So when we're done with the story, then we're gonna start doing basically all the side quests. Some people may call me crazy, but I just really like this game, so... Oh, hello. You can go and kill that one then. Person was also looking for the same enemies. I'm gonna kill this balloon. There's 3 freaking enemies. I'm sorry, but this entire place is filled with enemies that I need to beat. That's interesting. That's... Inferior cat girl. No, not really. Cat girls are pretty dang good. But I like this, but I like this more. I think I said it earlier, but I just like all of the female races in this game. They all look good. Except for Ellison. But Ellison can look good. But I guess every single race can look good and bad. You can make good-looking characters and bad-looking characters. I thought I didn't need to beat any more, but I was wrong. But then on the male side, I feel like... the only one I really like is cat boys. Well, cat boys and just hears, like normal hears. It's just a personal opinion, really. Don't have to start flaming me because because of what I like. It's just a fact. Yep. One more balloon. Not gonna lie, I totally forgot about the existence of the hunting log. Because I haven't had to do it in a long ass time. So the thing I still need to beat is this thing in the South Shroud. This thing. And something else in the Central Shroud. Red Belly Lancers. Have I been in the... I think I have. I'll go and take a look at that at a later point. Because it would be nice to unlock the next difficulty level. Right. Go and actually, you know, attune to the Aetheryte. Instead of forgetting about it like before. Alright, hello. Please, leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. It is only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Meredith is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm for long enough to hold a conversation. Soothe. Forsooth. You're right, it's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was heading back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. Hiccups. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Oh, anything to assure we won't have to suffer murderous hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventure. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. It's kind of funny that, like, his friends didn't comfort him. They just left him to suffer. Ah, sounds like true friendship, if I ever heard. Right. So here's what I know about the deaths. All victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Zis could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. Ah yes, the perfect quests. This person is following the same quest as me. And also playing the same class as me, so that's kind of funny. This name is amazing. It is what it is. Stupid. So stupid, but so good. So hard. I know what you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna dismount and attack the one to my left, which is good. So I'll go and attack this one. I don't think that kill stealing is a thing. I think you get the rewards if you are the first one to attack them. I am a lot higher level than this other person, I think. Maybe because I did the Sunken Temple of Corn while being ridiculously on a level. Might have something to do with it. There we go. Let me take a look actually. Wait. So, did I? Wait a second. So it was only the quest icon. I thought I saw the The hunting log. Oh, wait a second though. That might have been a maelstrom thing, right? No. What? I'm confused. I guess it must have just been the main quest thing. Whatever. I've also like taken the liberty to start hiding the chat, which is something that apparently is a thing that you do. I didn't know about that. It's just like basic courtesy or whatever, so. And also, it just makes it easy for me. That way I can keep all of the things on, and I don't need to care about people reading it. If you know what I mean. May sound weird. That might not have been perfectly phrased. Also, this freaking quest name. This is ridiculous. I know. You've already seen to this. Good work, adventure. So, were you able to find odds to suggest that the creatures article are culprits? Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike this from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. There's two quests. Rock of Rancor and Seeing Eye to Eye. Huh. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whispers that, after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigation, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of the crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some fragments, and I'll give them again. And then this one. There's something you should know. I have been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Murdered's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sightings took place precisely the same time as Murdered's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. So using items on areas, this is the same as using skills, which use areas. You just have this little, I guess, field, and then you can aim it. You'll see once I use the fire sand sticks. Seeing eye to winged eye. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Look at this wood whalers. Pathetic. Not really. Did it just say magic harassment? No. Hematophatic harassment. That's a word and a half. Alright. Let's check out the totally not suspicious purple glow on the ground. You sense a hostile presence. A heavy bane might. There we go. Wow. That is all, my friends. Wait a second though. To reach this other place, I'll need to go this other direction. It's quite interesting hearing my PC make noise again. It's been a while. That's the only thing I can say. Like every single time that I begin a new session of this, it's always been a while. So the only thing that I keep saying, it's been a while. So, over here you have grind targeting mode. Then you can right click to turn it off if you, for some kind of reason, need to click on something else. And then you just use it. Quite simple. The same when it comes to certain skills. So. And now we need to painstakingly grab every individual crystal. Gameplay! Well, this isn't that bad though. Once we start doing all the side quests, then I'll be doing stuff like this a lot. I'll be killing a lot, and I'll be interacting a lot. Maybe talking a lot, hell if I know. But I am curious to see like what like tiny little side stories are gonna be there. Right. And then I can just go and... I guess walk back. Shouldn't really use my precious money on such feeble distances. Although I am starting to get a pretty decent amount of gil. Like, I feel like I've definitely reached the gil amount. And also just, like, the story amount. To the point that you can start, like, teleporting around without too many issues. Hello. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. But what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. It is a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. A monster's Banemite appeared, and you slew it. The creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Falgord. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of the light combined with blind panic? The power of deduction, that's a big eye. There's been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it the sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I'd been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banemite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Banemite at the very spot you claimed to see the fiendish eyeball, isn't that right? Must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Ooh, he's serious. But listen, mayhaps it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Gods, of course. There must be more than one of the buggers. Ah, it's so obvious. But then it means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. Gulp. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave you with the rest of the experts. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The servants there should be pleased with any information that pertains to the security of the region. Okay. So they all just chickened out, huh? Pathetic. Well, not gonna lie, if I saw a giant eyeball with wings, I would probably also flee in terror. But not after giving it a good whooping. We're gonna take a look though. What is this? Is this... It's just item level, yeah. My favorite part of the game, running towards my objective. Since I cannot fly quite yet. Is that Sis gonna attack me? Nope. Mangled corpse. Oh my. It's a floating eye! Dread gaze. And it is dead. I love, you know, this is gonna sound... Well, is it morbid? It's just kind of stupid, really. When you look at, like, the icon for... for a corpse in this entire game, it's always just a flower. The body of this poor soul has been defiled in more ways than one. Okay. Okay. Also, oh yeah, right, the floating eye is another enemy that I need to beat. Just coming in here with a corpse on my back. Greetings, adventurer. Is there what aught I might assist you with? Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shrouds, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball. Wait, what? Let me go and try that again. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeballs. Winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end? None can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to notify their next of... This button engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. Family sigil? Or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Should also remember to go to the South Shrine at some point. Hey, Storytellers of 3. Complete 100 unique quests. I would have you hold on to the lily, but you will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you may have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mion. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its vigil. Or sigil. Okay, so I need to go back over to Gridania. I also go and lock my thing. But the thing I want to do first is go to the South Shrine and see if I can find this creature. Or like this creature. See if I can find the hunting log thing. It's a red belly, so I know that there's somewhere... Well, the game says the upper paths, which is this entire area over here. Also, the 1000 Miles of Totorak, which is one of the recent dungeons I also did, has like an entire makeover, and it is so good right now. It's so much better now. I've also heard that Hawk Manor has a rework, but I've not done Hawk Manor since the patch, so... Hawk Manor is one of the upcoming dungeons, by the way. So... Red Belly Larceners. No Man's Hovel, maybe? I think they might be over there. Let's see. There's some people over here. Yep. Some red belly buggers. They won't attack me, so I'm too high level for them. So I can just kill them. Yes. Okay. So can I find any more than one? Because I will need to fight 4 of them. This is always a little bit of an annoying thing in the hunting log. First and foremost, having to actually look for all of these enemies. And then the second part being that even when you find the enemy, they're not always enough to fill your hunting log, so you have to wait for enemies to respawn, which takes a decent amount of time. Let's see. That's a big friggin' antelope. And some efts. Are you serious? Am I seriously dealing... Are you... Wow. Okay. The thing is, I seem to remember there being... Oh, the Red Belly Hive. Maybe I should go over there, huh? What is this? Isn't this the pit that goes into the one dungeon place? Like the deep dungeon? That is another thing that we'll check out at a later point. That's not going to be easy. Well, probably isn't going to be easy. For the people who know this, I'm talking about the Palace of the Dead. Right. Let us actually go over here, yep. So the place I went to, like, it's really funny that I just, you know, totally ignored the place called the Red Belly Hive. Oh well. I never said I was smart. Why do you think I went with the Unga Bunga way? He says while being in full knowledge that he will actually play all of the freaking job. But whatever. Time to take the hive. Yeah, this is like a big fate, but I do not care about this. At least not too much. I might care at some point, but for this playthrough I don't think I will care for now. Let's go over to Gridania. While I do myself a little stretch. This chair is perfect for stretching. It's also perfect for generating static electricity. What else is over here? A sight to behold. Well, there's, like, I don't know, I'll check these things out later on. Good day to you, Lynn. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body. Lovely. I'm afraid... anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize this Lily's sigil. We'll have to find the answer the old-fashioned way by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadetta, over by the Easterite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. And off we go. Running around town. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on. Go on then. Show me what you have. Show me what you got. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Kain Gullet. Saying Gullet? Or Kain? I guess Kain Gold, whatever. Over at the Lancers Guild, the woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a four-name basis. That's... So now we need to go over to the Lancers Guild. I hope I have all the things. Yes, I do. This is what I do, I sit on you! Such a stupid video. Right. Bernadetta believes that I can help you. Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Nada, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well due. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward or Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late there has been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursandel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Right, let me go on your sprint. Pop my sprint! It's kind of crazy how like refined the movement is of this character compared to my cat boy, who just like flails around when he runs. Right. Hello. I do not believe you are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. The sigil of the Dartencourse family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman. Her face was marred in any way? I'd feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the depths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dartencours. During that time I had the honor of waiting upon the Lady Amandine, mistress of the household, fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may have well been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thoughts of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day without warning she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but whatever. But my lady believed that they would help her to regain that which she had lost, so began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed, and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was. But when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawk Manor, my home, for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavoured to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience, until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hawk Manor, on the western edge of the Central Shroud. Go now. Go and do what must be done. I've never read this dialogue, and that's horrifying. That's interesting. This, my friends, is one of the many reasons why I do Let's Plays. Just because then I actually pay attention and read. And then I'm like, oh god, this is bad. Right. Let us get a move on. If I can get over this thing, thank you. We need to go over to Hawk Manor. And then we also get to find the eyeball things in the courtyard over here, so I think I'm gonna try to beat Hawk Manor in this episode still, and that's gonna be the end of the episode, probably. Just so you know what to expect if you're not interested in the dungeon run, which would be kind of weird. Like, from all of the things to be interested in, I think the dungeon run would be the most interesting. Honestly. I could maybe... Do I have food even? I do have this marmot steak. Not sure if I want to eat food. These things are freaking huge. Let's see. This way. What a fun pathway towards this cool mansion filled with freaking marbles everywhere. Alright. Let's go and kill some floating eyes. I like the way that they were talking like, where are these floating eyes coming from? And there's just floating eyes in, you know, the front yard of this freaking place. Whatever. The game never said that they were smart. There we go. Level the rank unlocked. And now we get the Stropers actually, from outside of here. That's the Manor Gate. Let's go and interact. Hawk Manor now accessible. Alright. Also, there's a new thing that has been added, and that is duty support, where you can go through dungeons with just NPCs. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that with people. The Sunken Temple. Not the Sunken Temple, of course. Let's go into Hawk Miner. And while we're waiting, I'm gonna go and kill these stoppers for my hunting log. In the meantime, also burp. And have hiccups. I should start making like a bingo sheet for things that happen every single episode. Hiccups and burps are definitely one of those. Ba, 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 ba. Alright. For people who don't know what these enemies are, if you get hit with bad breath, you're gonna get hit with like 5 freaking debuffs. So you do not want to get hit by that. These enemies are kind of a Final Fantasy staple. Remember running into them the first time in Final Fantasy IV and they kicked my butt. Well, they in any case surprised me, if anything. That's Lanosh. I'm gonna also start saying Lanosh instead of Lanosk. Schnippers. So a lot of things in Lanosh. Which makes a lot of sense, really, because that is, I think, the area that we're going to go to after this. Also South Shrouds. Southern Thanalan. Deep in the Sagoli Desert. And I think now I'm going to... Okay. That's it. Now I'm going to wait, I think, and then the game is just like, hey. Hey. Right. I'm wondering how this place has changed. I'm really curious. At least I heard that it was changed. I could be wrong, but... I definitely remember the music. Now, all I need to hope for is that I remember the way. Okay, let me go and take a look. So the sealed barrier is still over there. Do I still need to collect the keys? I think I do. Yeah. Also need to remember that Overpower is a different AoE now. This thing is going to do an AoE around there, I think. Maybe? No? Have they removed that? I also haven't done dungeons as a tank in a while, so... my cooldowns are also a thing that I'm gonna have to get used to again. Especially since I don't have, like, you know, the best freaking gear. Nice. We're going to this, and then to this, and then to this. We're going to surprise ult. I'm not gonna pull too much because, as you can quite clearly see, I'm already taking a buttload of damage. Even though I used one of my cooldowns. We're gonna just thrill the battle. Because I do not feel safe. Right, there we go. And then we go to the right. And we use ramparts. And I keep spamming the button. The good old AoE button. This is tank gameplay, by the way. You just spam one button. And you try not to die. Right. There we go. So at the moment, Hawk Manor is still the same, so it could have been wrong. I don't know. I'm not the person who said it, so... So the rest is wrong. Nice. I think I'll stick around here. My god. I'm taking so much damage. I really need more and better gear. There we go. Hello, Manor Sentry. You're not normally here. Or are you? Don't remember. My god. My brain. Alright. The Manor Clever. The Manor Clever Girl. Yes. Ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. Void Fire. This boss is not too complicated, really. She just uses AoEs, and I think once she uses an AoE that's going to be around her, then I'll probably stun her. There we go. This one. We both stunned him. Both me and that monk stunned him. Or stunned her. Because this lady has Booba. It's something that she just cleaves in front of her and then does Void Fire too. And that is just about all that she does. We're still pretty dang early game, so... Let's see. I think I'll pass on that. Item comparison. I think I'll greet this. Alley-oop! One of my favorite things to do. Just jumping down. Also, I only just noticed an issue. Which is something I need to go and resolve after this. Whenever I press the Alt button, which is the button that I use a lot, I cannot move, which is kind of annoying. Did somebody grab that key over here? I think they did. Even though I don't need the key, but whatever. Let's see. She's over there, so I don't care. She's over there, so I don't fucking care. Nice. I think I'm gonna pull a little bit more now. Because I do have a rampart, so... This might hurt. This very much might hurt in a moment. I'm gonna move out of the way from that. Using big pulls is very satisfying now. There we go. So all of these places, I think there might be treasure chests in there, but it does not matter too much. The only one you need to open up is this one. Hello, friends! Right. I can go and grab the keys, and I'll just keep running with these boys. Whee! One of the things that you can do when tanking is that you can just run with the entire group, and then the DPS can do damage while you're running, meaning that you don't take damage from the enemy while you're running. And they're like slowly but surely taking the enemies out. At least if you have DPS we can do that, because if you have like a freaking black mages can't do anything when they're not standing still, so at least not that much. Alright. Second boss. This jester can, I think, slow people, and the steward does an AoE around him at some point. And that is just about everything he does. You can also stun him, so there we go. I just usually stun him to get rid of that AoE. Focusing on a jester first is pretty damn good, because then you get rid of the slow. And this guy, on his own, is nothing. Some might even call him pathetic. Let me see if this person's gonna use stun. You gonna stun her? Nope, okay. I thought he had a stun, but he didn't. He might have already used it earlier. That bloody parchment. Which we will need to get rid of the thing. Manor shirt. I'm gonna take it out just because it looks feeling decent. Can I grade? Thank you. I'm gonna grade everything. Now, earlier in the game, we actually had to use return to get back to the beginning, and yep, somebody in chat just mentioned it. That's new. Yep, it is. That's just like one of those quality of life changes. Did he just stand in that? But he did turn around, so he didn't. Whenever an enemy has an icon, like has an eye icon above their head, if you look away from them at that moment, you can stand in their AoEs and not take whatever effects they would normally inflict on you. Alright. Cutscene time. I think we have found her lady. I like my lady. Right. Let's do it! Let's see if this battle has been changed or not. Normally I think she's just like an AoE. Oh boy, yeah. This is already different. Void Call. Aha! Now that's cool. Look away from this thing, otherwise you will get hit with, I think, petrification. Why can I not move? Oh, because I somehow... Wait. That's weird. Let's Lady Sandmaiden. Here she goes. Can I stun you? Nope, I can't. Oh! Son of a bitch. Yet another Void Call. Beguiling Mist. We go look away. Perhaps. Oh wow. Come on, there we go. This is pretty freaking cool. And that right there is a symbol for a tank buster, which they also only recently added. No, I didn't get the mana shirt. Sad. Right. Let's see. I guess. Okay. I guess I'll take it all then. I got a player commendation. Nice. Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. I have no idea who's talking, so. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much as 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is that strength that the light is drawn. Hydaelyn chose well. A pity that your existence is these words, people. Irreconcilable with our own. I don't even know how to pronounce that. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength from Master Habrea. The task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. The head turn. Alright, my friends. Well, that, however, is going to conclude this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode we're going to go and deal with, well, just continuing the story, really. Goodbye.